Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec. Welcome to video 3 in my monthly series, Stampin' Up Scrapbooking. Today, I will create a double-page layout featuring products from Stampin' Up's Autumn to Remember collection and some Christmas-themed tools from the Stampin' Up September-December 2024 mini catalog. I will be repurposing Christmas products, something I love to do, in order to get the most from my tools. Everything I use will be listed below, along with my link to Stampin' Up. If you live in Canada and use the link, I will get a commission. If you have a local demonstrator, by all means go through her, but if you don't and something interests you, thank you very much. So let's get started. Here's what's on my desk. First, let's have a peek in this mini catalog. I just want to show you what I bought from it, or what I bought from it that I'll be using today. Now, when I purchase Christmas product, I am thinking year-round. So one of the bundles I'll be using today is Peaceful Evergreen. So you can see there are stamps and dies, a bunch of trees. These are perfect for anything outdoorsy, hiking, camping, anything like that. The other one I'll be using is a bit more Christmassy. It's called Reindeer Fun. I'm going to be using the reindeer dies as deers, as woodland creatures. I'm just showing you the physical product that I have on hand, and I'll be coming back to this a little bit later in the process. So here is what's on my desk. You can see that I matted my photos in advance. These are all double matted photos, hiking photos, and I have 6 of them. I also have paper from the Autumn to Remember collection. So these are the sides that I am going to be using. I'm just going to show you the flip side just to give you an idea of the colors in this collection. What I have from this collection is the paper pack, the cardstock add-on, or the two-tone solid paper add-on. That's what I'm showing you right there. Some papers from it. I matted my photos with that brown paper. And I also, from that Autumn to Remember collection, had the workshop kit. Those 2 white papers are called Willow White, a new product from Stampin' Up. That's going to be my foundation page. The ink colors I selected are Pecan Pie and Old Olive, both colors that are in this collection. I have alphas from Vicki Boutin. I also have some of these decorative elements. These were in the workshop add-on to the Autumn to Remember collection. So I have stickers, also these kind of wood grainy punch outs. I'm not even quite sure what they are. It's like a very thin chipboard. So you can see I went ahead and cut myself 6 strips of paper. This is going to form a border across the 2 pages. Now before I adhere it, what you see me doing right now is just drawing a line at 6 inches, basically down the middle of the page. And what I want to do, I'm using that line as a guide. I'm doing a bit of ink blending with that Pecan Pie colored ink. And what I want is there to be some ink popping up from behind the border that I will be adhering to the page. So it looks kind of messy now, but keep in mind there will be photos on top of it. It's just to add a bit of interest to the page. I'm also going to apply the same color ink, Pecan Pie, to all of my page parts. So you can see I did the inking across the 2 pages. The one on the left looks different than the one on the right. That's because there's going to be fewer photos there and you will see it a bit more. And now I am placing my photos just to give you an idea where I'm going. So you can see I have 3 kind of open areas there. That's where my embellishing, title, and journaling will go later on. So now I've moved ahead, and what I'm doing is adhering these borders across the 2 pages. You just see me fussing a little bit. Basically, when I do this, I do it to 1 page, then I use that first page as a guide to place the border on the 2nd page because I want all 3 strips to kind of go across the 2 pages like in one seamless flow. I don't make you watch all of it, but you can see off camera I continued adhering. I adhered all my photos except for the focal point photo. Now before adhering that focal point photo, I do want to do a bit of stamping. So I showed you my ink. It's Old Olive. It's the same color green that you see in the paper that's in my border. What I want to do is take these stamps from the Peaceful Evergreen stamp set and just stamp a kind of a mini forest that's going to be peeking out from behind my focal point photo. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to be stamping twice. I do it first with the ink, so it's going to be darker, but without re-inking. I'm second generation stamping. I stamp another one, and that just gives me a bit of a lighter color. Now I'm using the smaller tree, and I'm doing the very same thing. There are 3 trees like this in the stamp set, but for this I'm just using 2 sizes. So I'm happy with that. Off camera, I did adhere my focal point photo, and you can see I have all of my embellishing around me already. So I'm showing you my title, which is going to be Our Hike 2024, those chipboard alphas from Vicki Boutin. Basically, I colored them in with a Stampin' Blends marker. The color I used was Old Olive. I also did my journaling and cut it out with a die with a tag. That's just a tag die from Tim Holtz that was in my stash. And here are a bunch of embellishments that I made. So here are the reindeer I created from that Reindeer Fun die set. Super, super cute. Now I'm showing you the dies I used. This die set has tons, 2 layers of dies there, but I just showed you 3 layers, and I showed you how I cut them out in 3 different colors of cardstock. You just layer them up, and it makes this absolutely adorable deer. I also cut out a bunch of trees. So the tree dies are in 3 different sizes. I didn't stamp them, I just cut them out, and I'm just showing you the stamp and die set there now, but I just used the dies for this. I also have some in white cardstock in case I want to pop them up with some foam adhesive. I had some enamel dots there as well. Now here are the 2 embellishment packs that I pulled from the Autumn to Remember workshop kit. So I have those wood-looking pieces along with some stickers. So what I want to do right now is start building my embellishment clusters. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm doing it in 3 spots, basically the 3 open spots that you see on the page. The solid paper I used to create those trees was part of the Autumn to Remember solid 2-tone paper pack. And the colors I used were Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. And each one of those has a different color on each side. So what I did was I cut out 3 colors, so trees in 3 different sizes and in 3 colors, and that gives me a bit of variation in the forest. It just makes it look a little bit more interesting. So there I go, fussing around with my forest. All I'm doing is bouncing the trees up and down, using different colors and putting them at different heights. Now I'm going down to my forest at the bottom left of the page, kind of doing the same thing there, creating a little forest using different sizes, different colors, just to add a bit of interest here. Once I finish with this forest, then I'm going to move over onto the right-hand page and do the very same thing. For this one here, I will be incorporating my year 2024 along with the tag in that cluster as well. When I create double page spreads, I often like to have the title on 2 pages. I like to do a repetition of the main title on the opposite page, and that's what I'm doing here with 2024. So if you look at it, you can kind of see how each one of those groupings forms a visual triangle across the 2 pages. Now what I'm doing is tucking in those little reindeer. They are so, so cute. Now obviously these are just reindeer heads. In that die set, there is a little wreath that you can create to basically hook around the reindeer's head, which is absolutely adorable. I'm not using the wreath. I want these to be more woodland creatures as opposed to Christmas Santa's reindeer. So I have to tuck them in amongst the trees, but I find them super, super cute. So there I go, tucking a few more in towards my title there. In the end, I have that 3rd one that I didn't adhere together quite yet, but I end up doing that off camera and adding it to that cluster by the title. So I really love those reindeer. So now what I'm going to do is adhere what I have decided upon. I speed this up quite a bit. And then I will come in and I do add some finishing touches, just some smaller bits and pieces. Now, for most of these, they are flat to the page. There is one tree that I will be adhering towards the bottom here that I actually back in another tree that is just plain cardstock. My idea here is I would like to pop one up on foam adhesive, and that's what I'm doing right now, and I will have that reindeer kind of sticking out from behind it. When I'm first adhering these reindeer, I'm trying to do them all straight because I always love things straight on the page, but it doesn't really work. There I go, trying to put that reindeer straight up and down, but in the end, you're going to see I kind of angle him to the side and have him peek out from behind the tree. It's just a way for me to hide the neck of that reindeer there. So now I go moving on towards that cluster on the top part of the left-hand side. So same thing. This one I have to adhere the trees all flat to the page because I will be adhering my title over top of it. But even though it's flat to the page, it still has a lot of texture and dimension just because there are so many layers here. To adhere the title, I am using Nuvo liquid adhesive. These are chipboard alphas, so they don't stick very well. I continued that off camera, and now I'm going to adhere this cluster down in the bottom right, down by my journaling box. Same kind of thing here. Now, I'm trying not to move around my pieces too much because I liked how they looked. I could have snapped a photo and followed the photo, but instead I just kind of tossed the embellishments to the side and hoping that was enough for me to follow exactly where I had placed the stuff. It works out pretty good for me in this case. So there I go, tucking in my journaling between two leaves, and then I will have to tuck in my little reindeer as well. And those reindeer are absolutely adorable. That collection, Reindeer Fun, when I first saw it in the catalog, I felt it was too cutesy for me, but when I saw that reindeer head, I absolutely had to have it. And my plan next month, I'm hoping anyway, for this Stampin' Up series is to use that entire Reindeer Days collection on a YouTube video, or in a YouTube video, I should say. So there I go. I've got all my reindeer tucked in. Now I'm adhering the year 2024 once again with that liquid adhesive. Now I just want to add a few finishing touches. I sped this up quite a bit because I fussed around quite a bit. Basically what I have here are those little wood looking pieces. Again, I'm not sure if it's light chipboard or what, but they are really, really nice. And I want to tuck a bit of it into each cluster. So over by the year, I added two trees. On the opposite side, I have two tree stumps. I've got a heart up by the title. I just added a bit of twine to the tag. And in the end, I ended up adhering that heart. You can see in the cluster just above the title, Our Hike. And that's it. I hope I gave you a few ideas on how to repurpose Christmas themed products. Pine trees are fantastic for anything outdoorsy year round. At least they are in my neck of the woods. Also, reindeer are great woodland creatures. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. Have a great day, and I will see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.